Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like, subscribe, consider donating, but at the end of the day, it's not really the priority to me. The thing is bringing y'all good information. So Regis Schaefer, right? Look, this man here, he left PROBELLUM. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not surprised. A little surprised at seeing the article on him, but not surprised that he decided he was out of there. The man decided to go to Anthem Sports, but he did a couple of things that I thought were actually odd, very odd. He decided to keep promoting Donaire and Stanley Eunice, but nothing about Regis Prograis. Remember, they just picked up Regis Prograis over there at PROBELLUM. But I couldn't find any information on why he decided he didn't want to continue promoting Regis Prograis, or at least take Prograis with him, I guess. But anyway, at the end of the day, he's off to his next adventure. There's several articles out there about it. You can go out there and read it and just see kind of why he decided to make the move. But we know when he was with PROBELLUM, PROBELLUM was doing a lot of promotion up in Canada, United States, other countries as well, right? But from reading this article on BoxingScene.com, Anthem Sports Group is a multi-platform firm based in Toronto. Now, what they're trying to do is expand their presence in the combat sports market. For a guy like Regis Schaefer, maybe he's the guy to do it. We know what he's done with boxing. He's been involved with boxing. He has great relationships with everyone. All fighters who've worked with him speak highly of him. And for the most part, everyone attributes the success of Golden Boy, single-handedly to Regis Schaefer. But this is the thing. Regis Schaefer is a major force in combat sports, is what they go on to say. And they talk about the boxing arena. I don't know what all he's done in combat sports, but we know in the boxing arena he has a name. But they're trying to take him because of his relationship and the fact that he's respected, man, and his experience, and get that to go forward and try to bring the biggest and most legendary fights to combat sports as a whole. Now, we know he spent, 10, 11, over a decade over there at Golden Boy, man. And I think the only reason Golden Boy is still thriving today is because of the work that was done by Schaefer. He not only has strong relationships, like I mentioned, with fighters, he has strong relationships with the media, but also known and unknown power brokers. Now, you take that how you want to take it. Who's the unknown? I have no proof of this, but maybe they're talking about KINAHAN. And I'm going to tell you why I talk so much about damn KINAHAN and PROBELLUM and Schaefer, because people, we need to understand. Schaefer jumping ship and hooking up with this Anthem Sports Group. They've been around since 2018, right? There's a reason why he left from over there at PROBELLUM. You keep hearing rumors, man, about PROBELLUM going belly up and stuff like that. But they just inked some big time a network deal. Okay, so I don't know, when someone says belly up, I don't know what's their definition of belly up, because PROBELLUM seems to be moving forward, moving up the ladder with no indication of reversing anytime soon. But what I will tell you is, we know, and this is something I just got to bring this to you. I have to bring this to you. Y'all need to know this right here. Check this out, all right? When it comes to PROBELLUM, right? What I think a lot of people don't know. We're talking about in 2021, right? 2021. PROBELLUM came into existence in September of 2021. But hey, in November, right? They're already making rapid strides in boxing. Now, they had the first show. The first show for PROBELLUM took place where? It took place in Dubai. Who was hanging out in Dubai? All right? Now, the thing about it, right, is I'm going to point something else out to y'all when it comes to Schaefer. He got that little weird smile, that little weird top lip, the fact that he never shaves his face, right? He's always looking crazy with those high cheekbones. Let me tell you something. There's so much more to that man. we need to peel the layers back on Schaefer. What I'm going to say is this. We know there was the whole thing, Pakistan, boxing in Pakistan, trying to promote Pakistan boxing years ago. Schaefer, my understanding, he didn't have nothing to do with that. It was KINAHAN who had a lot to do with that. And we know Amir Khan around that time pushing boxing. Okay, I'm not here to get into that. What I'm telling you is the rep over there and one of those representatives of those people over there in Pakistan came out and were thanking who they said, as far as PROBELLUM, what they were saying was the CEO or president, anyway, a major player for PROBELLUM. They said they wanted to thank Daniel KINAHAN. Now, when all of this was going on, Schaefer was saying he had some fighters under PROBELLUM that were being advised by KINAHAN. But he was saying, I met him one time or two times, but I don't know him. And he was acting like he had no idea the fighters on PROBELLUM were being advised by KINAHAN. And he also went on to say that he would give up any information he could, okay? Any information he could if he knew anything, but he didn't know anything. Now, I'm telling you this. I'm far from slow. But what I wanted to bring to you guys, right? Because, you know, he's with Golden Boy about a decade. He left him, hooks up this deal. Also, PROBELLUM is formed. And in September of 2021, and then all of a sudden, they got shows planned for November. The biggest show, one of the biggest shows right out the box was in Dubai. We know who was headquartered in Dubai. But check this out, right? I'm going to read something to you, okay? And then we'll go from there. PROBELLUM will have a wholly different ethos. This is when they first started it, right? It was really coming from the chairman of the board of PROBELLUM, Ali Shamspoor. Now, I'm not sure what's his relationship to anybody, but when I hear those names, it gets my attention. And Harrison Whitman, our chief strategist and legal mind behind PROBELLUM, to really have an open platform. What this means is we want to work with everybody. We want to work with every network. It's the only way sport needs to go, and if we move away from just focusing on our own platform and our promotional entity. Now, check this out, right? This is what got my attention. When it comes to MTK Global and MTK fighters, right? That whole MTK promotion thing, that all fell apart, didn't it? That went up in flames, didn't it? All those fighters who were there, they had to go out there and find other promotional factions to sign them. All because of their association to who? Right, this KINAHAN guy. So when they formed PROBELLUM, and PROBELLUM was out here putting on these fights, the very first fight, huge fight out there in Dubai, right? That's all I'm saying. But then check this out. This article that was created as soon as PROBELLUM was formed, they said PROBELLUM already has plenty of MTK fighters scheduled to box on their shows. Coincidence? I don't think so. If MTK has fighters who are being advised by Daniel KINAHAN, we know Daniel KINAHAN was a major backer when it comes to MTK Global. All right? It is what it is, right? We know Daniel KINAHAN, MTK Global. There was a symbiotic relationship there. If MTK has fighters who sort of like excite me, and we excite them, and we see that, hey, working together on this particular fighter is going to be good, then absolutely. I love to work with them, love to work with any managers. This is like an open architecture, an open structure. Now, what I'm telling you is this, right? It goes on to say, Eddie Hearn in the UK with Lee McGregor. They'll be working with promoter Eddie Hearn, and Schaefer intends to work with Frank Warren too. So in the UK, Schaefer was out there working with Hearn and Frank Warren, and we know Schaefer, KINAHAN, there's a relationship there. We know KINAHAN was out there back in PROBELLUM, and now Schaefer jumped ship to this other place. Why? I don't know, but he's out of there. But then when you look at the fights that are taking place in Saudi Arabia, and you look at, I've been saying this for a while, it makes you wonder, when you peel the layers back, what the hell's going on with Schaefer, wanting to work with Frank Warren, and want to work with Eddie Hearn. And the fact that Eddie Hearn's been able to pull off some of the biggest fights in the recent years in Saudi, and Frank Warren has Tyson Fury, and we know Tyson Fury connections to KINAHAN, and that Frank Warren is out here looking to try to make fights out there. But right now, things aren't quite working out the way they want it. But what I'm saying is, Schaefer went on to say that these aren't just words. We're really going to work with everybody. This man didn't say nothing about Al Heyman. He didn't say nothing about Top Rank. He didn't say nothing about Lou DiBella. Right? Nothing at all. So I'm going to tell you this. He's talking about building bridges, but the bridges he's looking to build was only with Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. Why? Okay. So when you really look at that and how they're talking about USA and Britain, the natural targets Schaefer intends to operate in, and you look at when it comes to what's going on out there in Britain, look at how that whole thing was disrupted. When KINAHAN and all that crap came out, look at how everything was turned upside down out there in Britain. I mean, you get guys who would do social media, content creators, can't even travel to the United States. So what I'm saying is, because he partnered with an organization, right, and that's what I'm just going to call KINAHAN, right? We just refer to him and what he had going on as an organization. Because he partnered with that, it looks like since all of the heat's come down, maybe there's some things that have been neglected and some things that Schaefer hasn't been able to do because he no longer has the kind of money and infrastructure and resources that he once had access to. And as far as building the business of PROBELLUM, helping to build fighters, look, it just may not be possible. So as a result, I think he's doing something which he's going to try to say is on a whole different level. But now he's over there at Anthem Sports Group. And it just makes me wonder, when you think about why is he keeping Donaire? Why is he keeping Stan Eunice? That's what I'm trying to find out. Why? Because you look at Stan Eunice and Donaire. Donaire has a fight coming up. Stan Eunice has a fight coming up. It's kind of hard to know what happened with PROBELLUM, what happened with Schaefer. Why is it only Donaire and Stan Eunice that he's moving forward with as far as promoting them? But we know Stan Eunice has a fight, Donaire has a fight. What about Regis Prograis? This man has a title. This man has proven Regis Prograis is the real deal. Regis Prograis is out here and can't get a fight. I just watched an interview with him. He did today or yesterday. He can't get a fight. Regis Prograis is still chasing Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor doesn't want to fight him. He even said he doesn't think Josh Taylor ever wants to fight him. So why is Regis Prograis out here in the breeze? He got a title. I'm telling you, nobody wants titles anymore. This is the year or the era where titles don't matter. So Regis Prograis was even talking about fighting Teofimo Lopez. He's even talking about the winner of Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis if they come to 140. And then we talked about Matias. He said, you know what, within time I'll fight him. But what I'm getting at is, I can't understand why Schaefer didn't take Regis Prograis. He would take Donaire, Stan Eunice, but not Regis Prograis. So, again, something about Schaefer isn't right. I think I'm going in the right direction with him. He left PROBELLUM. I'm telling you, man, I don't know this for a fact. I'm trying to dig and understand what made him leave. What disrupted the promotions over there? What disrupted the organization? What disrupted the landscape? You know, what happened? Because I know who was behind all of that. Based on the articles I read, I mean, look, this is what's being put out. We know there's going to be cover-up and stuff like that. But I truly believe that there was some foul play going on when PROBELLUM was formed. And to see they're having the Super Six and stuff like that overseas in Saudi and Dubai, and Richard Schaefer being in the middle of that, and the whole thing about KINAHAN being attached to PROBELLUM. I'm not making this stuff up. But you look at him now, he bounces. Maybe there's something coming. Maybe he got wind that something's coming down on PROBELLUM that we're not going to be privy to. And even the fact that he decided to leave PROBELLUM, look, there was a non-disclosure agreement. So he can't even talk about that. That's complete madness. So it just makes me wonder what the hell is going on. Because if you ask me, man, he needs to hold his horses. And it sounds to me like he took it to the stupid and went and got himself mixed up in something that now he's trying to escape. And it's just not that easy. But I tell you what, he's running from that. And he's running with that from that with 2 fighters. And he's only taking Stanley Eunice and Donaire. But that being said, more to come on him. Just can't, I'm telling you, there's something going on, something brewing. And we're going to see just what he decides to do. But he is still looking, now that he's part of Anthem Sports Group, he's still looking to create global destinations. So it looks like whatever he was trying to do at PROBELLUM, the fact that maybe they got some heat over there, he's now going over there to ASG, trying to operate over there, maybe be protected, or be umbrellaed somehow from whatever the hell was coming down over on PROBELLUM with ASG. And he's trying to create new innovative synergies, man, and distribution platform sponsors, venues, and fan interaction on a global scale. And he's looking to really focus on global destinations. Now, you ask me, why is he looking at global destinations? Not really concerned too much. When we say global, that encompasses everything, but the discussions are really more like over in the Middle East, over in Europe. Every continent but North America. Forget the country. Any continent but North America. That seems to be the focus. So that being said, more to come on this. I don't think it's as straightforward as they're trying to make it seem. I definitely think there's more to it. Hopefully we'll get some more fidelity on this, and I can give y'all another entertaining video. More to come. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Richard Schaefer, man, jumped ship from PROBELLUM. It only took Donaire and Stanley Eunice to keep promoting. Something doesn't smell good. And Regis Prograis is out there in the breeze because my boy can't get a fight. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, in the breeze.